2 million depraved liberals just did the most vile thing to Trump today. Now they are going to pay 2 million liberals just murdered President Trump in an online animation that allows the user to walk Trump off a cliff or into the mouth of a dinosaur. It's a poorly created animated game where the user clicks on, or around, President Trump, and it dictates Trump to walk towards the center right of the screen and an impending doom. Such demise is met by Trump walking off a cliff, into lava, or into the carnivorous mouth of a dinosaur not approved by PETA. The animation is worse than South Park and not at all humorous. South Park has hilariously bad animation, but it's accompanied by brilliant comedy writing. The only way poor animation art can get by is if the words coming out of their mouths is absolutely hilarious, which South Park is. This lackey animation looks like a 5th-year gender studies boy switched over to computer classes and this is his first assignment. Not only can the left not meme, but they can't even make a funny game. The left can literally do nothing right. By right, I mean correct. So far 2 million liberals, and myself, and pushed the poorly animated Trump off a cliff or watched the president be eaten by a poorly designed dinosaur. It is like the leftists literally have no skills with computers and no sense of humor. If this lame game was funny, then I would admit to it. But, Alice, it's not. Via the Federalist Papers, in the wake of Donald Trump's election, liberals have revealed their violent side more commonly and brazenly than ever before, with new examples cropping up every week. In the latest example, the Daily Caller reports that disgruntled leftists have embraced a new outlet to vent their hatred of the president, a web-based game entitled Push Trump Off a Cliff Again as the name implies. Players push an on-screen Trump off a cliff and into a bottomless pit, a manhole, a volcano, or a dinosaur's mouth. This digital fantasy of presidential murder, which has gotten nearly 2 million plays so far, is the brainchild of Justin Hook, a former writer on the animated adult comedy Bob's Burgers, which liberals have hailed for its alleged progressivism. Is political assassination progressive these days? Apparently so. The game is popular among the enlightened Hollywood set. In the wake of Donald Trump's election, liberals have revealed their violent side more commonly and brazenly than ever before, with new examples cropping up every week. In the latest example, the Daily Caller reports that disgruntled leftists have embraced a new outlet to vent their hatred of the president, a web-based game entitled Push Trump Off a Cliff Again as the name implies. Players push an on-screen Trump off a cliff and into a bottomless pit, a manhole, a volcano, or a dinosaur's mouth. If someone goes through the trouble of making a silly online game of President Trump, then can they at least be smart enough to make something that's worth a good laugh? Or even something that even remotely looks cool? If this was either cool or funny, then I'd even share it. Sure, it has the president on it, but if it was funny, then people would laugh. The problem is that it's not funny and the guy who made it looks like a rookie class creator. I tried this little hidden piece of the internet and thought it was stupid. I figured that I had to try it before writing about it. So there I was, making Trump walk into a manhole and I thought, wow, this is stupid. Could we get something that's actually entertaining? Rosie O'Donnell tweeted this lousy attempt at a funny game and the results are hilarious. Typical responses range from clueless moonbirds supporting Rosie to more logical people claiming the post is typically stupid or lame. I suppose we should be glad that Push Trump Off a Cliff Again is not Push Rosie Off a Cliff Again. If that were the case, then we might actually feel her hit the ground in real life. The washed up hasn't been relevant since she was in a movie with Tom Hanks and some old-fashioned baseball was being played. It's almost like her life revolves around hating President Donald Trump. When she's not busy posting hateful thing about Trump, then she's tweeting about whales and users are asking if that's her. Then in her replies, she randomly mentions Trump again. It's like Rosie is literally obsessed with Donald Trump. You would think she asked Trump on a date and he rejected her. Then she became a stalker and won't let it go. This game proves another point. Besides being lame and besides the Rosie nonsense, this game proves that liberals, once again, resort to violence. Pushing Trump off a high-level cliff is a violent action. While they see it as a game, it's actually quite violent and should be pointed out that many leftists are a violent sort of people. To me, it was just a lame, poorly skilled effort to make a funny and it failed.